Ethical egoism is a moral theory that asserts individuals should act in their own self-interest and that it is morally right for them to do so. In contrast to altruism, which encourages individuals to act for the benefit of others, ethical egoism argues that pursuing one's own happiness and well-being is the ethical and rational course of action. Key points of ethical egoism: self-interest as the moral guideline. According to ethical egoism, actions are morally right if they promote the individual's self-interest. This means that individuals should prioritize their own needs, desires, and goals over those of others. Normative versus descriptive. Ethical egoism is a normative theory, meaning it prescribes how people ought to behave, not just how they do behave. It suggests that people should act out of self-interest, regardless of the impact on others, though it does not necessarily advocate harming others for personal gain. Types of ethical egoism. 1. Individual ethical egoism. Each person should act in their own self-interest, but this does not imply others are bound to do the same. 2. Universal ethical egoism. Everyone should act in their own self-interest, implying that everyone ought to prioritize their own needs in all situations. Criticism of ethical egoism. 1. Conflict with altruism. Critics argue that ethical egoism could justify harmful actions toward others if they serve one's own interests, leading to moral conflicts or ethical dilemmas. 2. Lack of universal applicability. If everyone only acted in their own self-interest, there would be no cooperation or shared values, potentially undermining societal trust and collective well-being. Influence. Ethical egoism is often associated with philosophers like Ayn Rand, who emphasized rational self-interest in her philosophy of objectivism. She argued that pursuing one's own happiness is the highest moral purpose and that individuals should not sacrifice their well-being for the sake of others. In summary, ethical egoism champions self-interest as the basis for ethical decision-making, arguing that individuals have the moral right to pursue their own happiness, often without regard for others unless it directly benefits them.